And no problem with the start this time, and Merritt's already leading away with Richardson in second place for the South African going well, but Merritt's coming away from this field and running very quickly indeed, and this could be a quick run. Richardson's in second place and Parchment in third. 12:81, it's a new world record! The world record has been taken apart! A sensational run! He's promised it, and he's delivered! 12.81! Wow! That is sensational! A brilliant run by the Olympic champion. How he's promised to do this. He is, it's been rounded down. And a backwind of 0.3 meters per second. That is sensational running. 12.80. Wow! Richardson 13.05 in second. He says, is it that quick? And my goodness me, it was that quick. Changed his technique at the beginning of the season, moved from 8 strides to 7, and he's now taken the world record absolutely apart. 12.92 in his Olympic race, and since then he's promised so much. Look at this again, how he attacks the first hurdle. A brilliant attack. Richardson's going strongly, but the trail leg is sensational. And once again, the first hurdle, he gets there. His trail leg coming through. He hits the deck really quickly, and he comes away from this field. And his reactions between the hurdles and over the hurdles, and that's a big win, and who would have expected that over Richardson? But the world record hasn't just been beaten, he's been taken apart. I remember back in the early 80s when I saw Ronaldo Meyer break the world record in Zurich. This is a new era, a total new era.
Well, isn't it just? He's won by 3 metres there from Richardson, who's run 13.05. You can go back to Ronaldo Meyer setting records in 79 and 81. That was the last time that there was an improvement this big, Stuart, 0.07 of a second. That's almost a metre improvement on the world record. He's been threatening it race after race. All they needed was the conditions. And here tonight, he hasn't got a particularly strong tailwind. And, of course, the hurdlers don't want a particularly strong tailwind because it can blow them into the barriers and it messes up their stride pattern. But here he is in glorious conditions. The temperature, I guess, is about 19, 20 degrees here in the stadium. And he started beautifully, moved away from Richardson. There was a hint of a threat from Richardson over the first 2 or 3 flights, but he got into his rhythm absolutely wonderfully. And that was as perfect as I heard as can be, and you know that better than anyone.
Yes, it is an event I love. It's an event that I've followed throughout my career over the last 10 Olympic Games, and what a privilege to be here to see that record not just beaten, but totally and utterly taken apart. It was a sensational piece of perfect sprint hurdling. He'd made room for them. Look at his shoulders, the same level, that trail leg so quick. But my goodness. And so they might take this photograph. Many athletes have come here tired. Merritt hasn't. The moment he realised he's made athletics history.
And Stuart, sorry, I was going to say, I had a coffee with him yesterday, actually, sitting and chatting with Steve Cram and to name drop and Merritt himself, and he was incredibly relaxed.
There it is, 12.80, world record, Merritt of the United States. Jason Richardson, 13.05 in second, and Hansi Parchment again takes the third place with 13.14.
Well, the bar is now being put up to 2 meters and 43. Now, what can Barshim do now? 2 centimeters off the world record. What a jump! Another one. What a competitor this young man's proving to be. Remember, he was tied for the bronze medal in London 2012, and the journey since then has been long and profitable. He is such a good competitor. Number 2 all-time. Second best jump all-time, just checking the list. 2.43, just 2 centimeters off the world record set in 1993 by Javier Sotomayor of Cuba. Oh, what a high jump. Well, they promised it would be good, and my goodness me, it is. And Barshim goes back into the lead. Astonishing competition, really is. A sigh of relief, an area record. A meeting record.
And now here he is at the other end of his career, choosing one of the great stadiums to compete in, one of the great crowds to compete in front of. A very knowledgeable crowd who'll be, I'm sure, very appreciative of the fact that Farah has chosen to come here. And it's a little unusual because Mo Farah, since he's been winning at the global level, every year after the major championships since Daegu, he hasn't done this. He's run in the UK, he's run in Birmingham, and now it's the current world champion at 5,000 metres against the 10,000 metre world champion, and all of the other global gold medals that he has being laid out here for the others to try and take away a last bit of glory. But Mo Farah striking for home. He's going to have to keep this going right to the line. It's going to be tight again. Can Farah get there? Yes, he does. They throw themselves at his feet, figuratively and literally. Mo Farah gets to the line first. The cheer goes up. What a way to end. Maybe his closest victory of all of his great victories. The Diamond League title will mean nothing near as much as all of the gold medals at the Olympics and the Worlds. Barshim celebrating with him. Edris throwing himself at the line. It wasn't to be for him tonight. Goodness me, that was close. And sometimes if you want to go out, make it dramatic, make it look good, not coming down the home straight waving to everybody, fighting tooth and nail. That's what I love about Mo Farah. He's competitive to the end. He never gives up. He doesn't want to get beat. Most of his career, he didn't know how to get beat. And he's bounced back after that rare defeat at the World Championships with a win tonight. But it was so close.
Well, Steve, the fact that they all turned up to race him is what makes that a symbolic victory for Mo Farah in particular. He's running on fresh legs, they're running on fresh legs. This is where there's an even playing field, so to speak. And Mo Farah literally having to dive at the line there as the others hit the track. It was the perfect end to a track career from this great champion. And this was the decisive moment, wasn't it? Mo going a little bit quicker, using a gear here that I think he'd prefer to have held in reserve. Kajelcha there being cut up a little bit by Edris. And down the home straight, Edris, I believe, with 100 to go, thought he could get past Mo Farah. 52.61, the final circuit there for Mo Farah. Look at the features of the Briton to the right of picture. They're coming at him, can't get there. Chalimo, Edris, the tall figure of Kajelcha, and Farah just holds his form as Chalimo can't find daylight between the pair of them. Desperately tight at the line there, but it is a win for Mo Farah to close his career, and I'm so happy for him because he's met the challenge again and again, Steve, so impressively. The gloves came off from all of them tonight, and that was a fair and square victory for the Briton.
Well, thankfully, the wind usually doesn't bother the steeplechasers. Got a cracking lineup here. The names you'll see on that start list there: Jaeger, sorry, and El Bakkali and Concessless Kipruto. Three of the top athletes here. Keegan and Bayo may have something to say as well, but they've asked for a pretty quick pace here. El Bakkali running under 8 minutes in Monaco. Didn't turn up for the Birmingham Diamond League. We're expecting to see him there. Evan Jaegers had a little period of not racing, no championships for him to contest during August. Keegan has upset the apple cart on more than one occasion this year. So it'll be really interesting to see how things go. Hughes, who had a great race at the Commonwealth Games, just missed out on a medal. Seems like ages ago now. April down on the Gold Coast. Well, it's amazing to think that Kipruto, despite all of his successes, and there have been many, still has yet to run under 8 minutes. And these conditions tonight, if any of these guys are in the shape to do it, then it's going to be helpful. As Chris said earlier on, it's cool, there's no wind. Atmosphere is good, the best are here. Olympic silver medalist Evan Jaeger and of course the gold medalist Kipruto know that El Bakkali will be a big threat here And he must think after that run in Monaco, he may be able to run away from them here if the pace can stay good for long enough. The problem, I think, is going to be how long Kipsang will be the second pacemaker, how long he can keep the early pace going. Water jump here in Zurich on the inside. They hardly cut any of the bend off, actually, so they're almost starting at the normal 3,000 meter spot, just about 15 meters down the track. 3,000 steeplechase. So Sasuyui has been asked to go through the first kilometre at 2:37. Normally at these meets you tend to see them looking at more the sort of 2:40 mark. They're thereabouts, with 2:37 was pretty quick. So it'll be interesting to see which of the main contenders decide to slot in early, and it's Kipruto, who's just 3-4 meters behind the two pacemakers at this point. So Sasuyui and Kipsang got a big job to do here, get this race going, keep going as long as they can, and hope that the big names have got it in their legs tonight to get us under 8 minutes here.
Well, a slight question mark still over Kipruto and his fitness. I was talking to his agent, Michel Boateng, yesterday. Very close to pulling him out of the race in Birmingham, which you remember a few weeks ago he actually won, Kipruto. He estimates he's about 90% fit this evening, Kipruto. He's looking pretty good there. Keegan we saw there as well. He fell very awkwardly in Birmingham and badly twisted his ankle, so we'll have to keep a close eye on him, particularly in the latter stages of the race.
Yeah, I'd say Keegan was the most improved athlete of the year. Had a cracking early season, and Kipruto's kicked his shoe off. Now, he's got one shoe on there, and I don't know if it happened in the water jump there, cameraman getting a good view of it, just saw him kick it off at the top of the home straight. El Bakali must have given it a bit of a glance and thought, hello, there it is. The aforementioned shoe, someone grabbing it as a souvenir, maybe he'll hand it back to him afterwards. So, well, that's already given Kipruto more than one thing to think about. Evan Jager said he's been looking forward to this, in good shape, ready to run fast if needs to, but he seems to have taken the decision just to track El Bakali. The one who looks to be working the hardest, looking for a sign of this water jump. Bakali clear, Kipruto through. Bayo, as Bet looks behind, he may have just gone a little bit too early there, the diminutive Kenyan. And now, and Bakali takes a trip on the curb. Not sure who that was, or whether he just was looking around, which he's been doing so much, Bakali, whether he just caught his own foot on the curb. We'll have another look at that in a second, with 400 meters to go.
Well, extraordinary incident, and Jager now takes full advantage. Jager now, with his parents watching on, hits the front. Kipruto coming back.
Jager has to stretch it out. He knows he doesn't quite have the pace. El Bakali doesn't want to wait any longer, and away he goes. El Bakali stretching away, and look at the response from Kipruto. This is the old Kipruto, keeping El Bakali in sight. Now it's partly about technique, and it's all about speed as well. Matching the two together. Two more barriers. One is the water jump. El Bakali attacks it. Kipruto hurdles it. Not much quarter given. El Bakali, another look behind. Kipruto gritting his teeth, and now the charge comes. One more barrier. El Bakali stutters. He's clear. Kipruto's coming. He's charging. This is going right to the line. Who's going to get it? It's Kipruto! What a race. Arms aloft. The other collapses to the floor, and then he joins him. Well, we had drama all the way through. The man with one shoe wins the Diamond League. Consesless Kipruto. The time doesn't matter. It was all about getting the victory, and he had to fight so hard for it there. Bet had to go with 2 laps to go. Jager had to go with 1 lap to go. Then El Bakali attacked, but Kipruto stood strong. One barefoot, one with a spike left on. Whatever. He had enough grip and enough grit. to get to the line first.
Well, what a race. Absolutely astonishing. And the sheer grit and determination of Kipruto. With just the one shoe, you just sense, there it is. Ran all but 2 laps of the race with just the one shoe. In and out of the water, over the jumps, landing on his bare foot as well. And when El Bakkali hit the front there, you just sensed, right, Kipruto was not going to relinquish the lead there. Here he goes. Jaeger coming home for 3rd place. There's the trip. Now, was Bayo at fault there? And look at the reaction of El Bakkali. Has a real go, look. He's in no mind at all who was at fault there. But the determination on the face of Kipruto. This is really where the gloves came off. Over the last barrier. And from here, you had to favour Kipruto, the Olympic champion. And he just had enough to get past El Bakkali on the line.
Well, Bakkali was crushed there at the end. He thought he had the win. But Kipruto, with one shoe, gets the victory. 8 minutes 10.15 the winning time. Bakkali 2nd and Jaeger 3rd.
Not in her favourite discipline here. Twice world champion of the triple jump. She's the reigning Olympic champion of the triple jump, but at the long jump, she knows how to get it right too. And this from Ibarguen looks bigger too. Well, 6.74 is what she's chasing. That is the lead already, and she's loving it. She laps it up. She really enjoys the spotlight. Very, very consistent, remarkable consistent. She knows that was a strong 4th round effort too. She's 34 years old. She's wearing well. Is Ibarguen perfect on the board? Absolutely millimetre perfect. I've seen those given us no jumps, I think. Goodness me, that was tight. But Ibarguen there in round 4, 6 meters 80, extends her lead by just another couple of inches.
So, predictably, unbeaten in 12 months since her last defeat here 12 months ago in this very stadium. Caterina Ibarguen, this was her 2nd round effort, 14.56, which by her own very high standards is very modest indeed. But Caterina Ibarguen squeezing out victory by just a single centimetre and winning her 5th Diamond League title in 6 years. Look at that, very close indeed, just 9 centimetres separating the top 3 earlier on. So part 1 of a possible double for Caterina Ibarguen. She heads to Brussels for the long jump tomorrow.
Now, 2nd from the top, Varholm loves to go very fast. He commits early, he's so strong. Holmes hit that first barrier hard. Varholm closing up on him already, left a picture. Benjamin looking very strong in the headband, nice and smooth. He's long and lean. Little stutter at that barrier from Benjamin was there halfway down the back straight as Varholm leads by a couple of strides there. Left a picture. Benjamin beginning to close on him now. Good running between them from Curran McMaster, although he's losing ground now. But Benjamin has the advantage of having Varholm in his sights. The Norwegian is tremendously strong. Benjamin's still looking smooth. You feel he's got more to come. He eases up alongside Varholm. Will this be the first loss of the summer for the Norwegian, who works hard off the final barrier, stays clear, wins by half a metre. 46.92. It's a new meeting record. It's the 2nd fastest time in history by Karsten Warholm. Of course, it's yet another European record for the Norwegian, and he was pushed every step of the way down that home straight by Rai Benjamin. Again and again, this man finds another gear, finds another layer of strength to put the icing on the cake and win these big races. Rai Benjamin, Steve, didn't put a foot wrong, but finished up losing by half a metre in 46.98, by far the fastest losing time in history.
Never have 2 men run under 47 seconds in the same race, because hardly anyone has ever run under 47 seconds. What a performance from Varholm. And you said he came off the last barrier, Tim. He actually attacked the last barrier and took the momentum into it, over it, and onto the line. That's what was startling, because as they came to that 10th flight, Benjamin was only half a metre behind, and he opened up another metre, well, maybe turned it into a metre, and Benjamin came back again, but not enough. I love this guy. I really do love this guy. Benjamin is good. He's very, very good. But what guts Varholm has. Stick me in lane 7. Come and chase me. I'll be in the lead in the home straight. I'll see you there. See what you can do. Well, here he comes. 2 to go. Here comes Benjamin with the momentum. And now watch this. Last flight. I'm off again. Tax it. Off it well. Benjamin keeps coming, but he's got enough. Head back. Arms flailing. Throws his right arm out to get his shoulder ahead. Didn't need to. He had the win, and he's got a sub 47 clocking. We talk about letters after our name, don't we, in life? If you look on the computer now, Tim, there are more letters after his name: a PB, a DLR, an AR, an MR, and a WL. You can explain them all.
There's almost not room. Personal best, Diamond League record, area record, that means continental record, European record, meeting record, and world lead. Well, there's no surprise there. And I'll tell you what really emphasised for me in that replay, Steve, just now you were talking over how well these two ran, was as they came to the line, nobody else was in shot. The gap behind them was monstrous. I mean, third place, Karen McMaster, brilliant run for the Commonwealth champion, 48.58, but he's in a different race altogether. Karsten Varholm, 46.92, gets better and better. 4 weeks till those World Championships in Doha. Can he hold that form? Because if he can, he's going to retain that world title, and he is in utter shock there. He is such good news for the sport. He's full of charisma. He's always smiling. He and his coach like father and son. Wonderful shared sense of humour. He ticks every single box. He's a marketing man's dream, and that is the shot that will perhaps represent the best performance of the season, maybe up to and after Doha.
Well, Norway will be so proud of him.